What's up, YouTube? How y'all doing? We're grading every NBA free agency move so far. So, as a Laker fan, like, a lot of shit has gone down. And I don't know. I kind of wanted to rate it 2 in a sense, but like, I don't really know what other teams are doing. So, yeah, he's gonna give y'all his, and then I'm gonna say what I think. All right, cool. That's what's up. How y'all doing? Good?
Know,
all right, cool.
NBA free agency day 1 was yesterday, and I was kind of conflicted on whether I wanted to make every single major move a video or if I wanted to break up the days like I'm doing right now, and I think I'm gonna just stick with the days.
Okay,
now, I'm not
so this
trying
is
to
first.
waste any time, so let's just...
The Lakers went fucking stupid on day 1. Like, it was insane.
Get right into it. First, let's start with the move that
Lakers.
Everyone wanted to see. Going back to last year's trade deadline around
Lonzo?
March, this offseason, everybody wanted to see Lonzo Ball to Chicago, and it finally happened.
Okay, it did happen, yeah.
To me, it's like a hand-in-glove fit, like, honestly. Now, first of all, I don't think Lonzo is like the last star piece to this crazy superstar big three or anything like that. Like, he's not that.
They got DeMar.
For a team like Chicago that's past the rebuilding stage, that has a franchise player like Zach LaVine, to make the trade for Nikola Vucevic last March, and to now bring Lonzo Ball, they're building the perfect empire. Now, at least defensively, Lonzo Ball gives you a lot more length, a way better perimeter on-ball presence.
Great on
and
defense.
To keep it simple, Zach LaVine doesn't have to worry about guarding the other team's best assignment. Lonzo
he got
Ball
way
now
better
takes
on
that.
offense.
Also,
shooting.
Offensively, you now have a much improved, versatile Lonzo Ball, who to me is just a great offensive weapon.
Yep.
He can play off ball, as he did a lot last year, and just hit spot-up threes. Last year, he shot 40% from deep when he got open looks. Also, he can run a pick and roll with Nikola Vucevic.
Hey, man, look, as a, he used to be a young Laker. You know what I'm saying? He's a Lakers seed. I'm happy. I'm happy to see him thriving. Happy to see all of them thriving. Randall, Lonzo, Ingram. Even though kind of sucks that once they dipped, then they got good, like really good. It's like fuck. But you know what? Hey man, I'm glad. I'm glad he got better. I'm glad he got his little bag. You know what I'm saying? Shit, little bag. What the fuck? But he got his bag, so good for him. I'm glad
while
that he's
making his transition to Chicago a lot more easy now.
He's way better.
He's great in transition, so him and Zach LaVine on the break, you can even imagine how great that's going to be. So, to me, this is easily an A move. Chris Paul.
It's an A. I don't know about A+, but it's A.
$120 million extension that will expire when he's 40 years old. I'm sorry, this move to me is a solid C+. Now, trust me, I get it.
I'll give it a B. B minus. He's gotten injured a lot. I'll give it a B. B minus, C plus, same shit basically. I'll give it a B minus to be generous, but like, that motherfucker gonna be old, bro. God damn.
Last year, Chris Paul came to the team
and he's already injury prone.
His presence felt automatically took you back to the playoffs and all the way back to the NBA Finals. I get it. Also, having Chris Paul on the team alone, it elevates everybody. Devin Booker gets a playmaking and shot creation break. Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder.
See what he did with the Thunder? God damn. Like, hey man, say man.
All the open shooters, they get better looks. DeAndre Ayton, he's better in the pick and roll. He's actually utilized. Like, I understand all of that. But don't forget about this.
Injuries.
Yes, you went to the NBA Finals, but in that first round, if LeBron and AD, if that team wasn't so damn injured, that Chris Paul injury story, that continues. Chris Paul, he has a long playoff injury history, and not
even that. Even if he wasn't injured, Lakers were winning. Like, let's be honest. Like, as an honest Laker, like, I'm not like one of those delusional ones. Like, like yeah, Laker fans be tripping. I ain't gonna care. Like, I'll admit that. But yeah, he's very injury prone. But yeah, we were winning that shit. Not even, it's just a fact. It's just a fucking fact. We were going back to the finals. Dead homies. Like, there's no if, ands, or buts about it.
Last year, it just kind of gets laminated because they won, at least in the West. But for a player that already battled injuries in his younger days, and even last year, I'm not crazy about paying that man $30 million in the tail end of his years and up until when he's 40 years old. Like, I just don't like that. That's a C+ move to me. Mike Conley returning to the Utah Jazz, that move is just a solid B.
I give it a C+.
Too special because Mike Conley has been significantly unreliable as far as health, at least in the last 4 or 5 years. But he did take your team as far as the regular season to new heights. So losing him, you just get worse. So why would you do that? Kyle Lowry, a green.
Why the fuck is he practicing that? I mean, that shit cold. He's on some like park shit though. Like what the fuck? I never seen that shit done. He's never done that shit in a game. What the fuck?
And trade to go to the
I mean, I get it. That's more like when you lose the ball. Like remember that Kyrie shit? What Kyrie pulled up? He almost hit a game winner like that, picking up the drip. That that shit would have been so hot. But like, I mean, hey man, you know, hey he's, you know, I ain't gonna hate on it. You know, like that's just nasty. It's just. Hey, you know, it's good to have a deeper bag, I guess. But what the fuck?
Miami Heat and
those two moves are insane.
Or one of his better friends, Jimmy Butler. This move to me is a solid B plus.
Yeah.
Now, I don't feel like Kyle Lowry takes you to the next level as far as an NBA championship. I'm gonna just be honest. Where the league is right now, I don't think Kyle Lowry does that. But for a team that has Jimmy Butler, who's like 31, 32 years old, a player you just agreed to pay $50 million to when he's 36, you had to get that man a more win-now type of team, and by adding Kyle Lowry, you did that. Also, Kyle Lowry, he brings that championship and vet feel and presence to the team. He competes his ass off on both sides of the ball, even though he is a little bit older. And for an offense like Miami's that was just stale last year in the playoffs, Jimmy Butler couldn't run it to the level I feel like they wanted him to. He helps that as well as far as playmaking
100%.
and pretty much getting
Shooting.
it going. Last year in the playoffs, once Jimmy Butler couldn't get his shot going,
solid playmaker.
Their offense was dead ass. Used Duncan Robinson like he's Stephen Curry. Like the man was running around screens and sets, and that was their offense. Jimmy Butler was damn near like their Draymond Green. Bam Adebayo wasn't aggressive.
To be honest, Duncan though, like in the finals last against the Lakers, bro, that motherfucker was annoying as shit to watch. Like he was like his release is quick. He was splat. Like I can see where they were going with that. It's just, you know, he ain't Curry, but you know what I mean? I mean, shit, work with what you got. Like, shit.
It just seemed like their offense was a mess. Now having Kyle Lowry, he can help kind of construct or reconstruct that and help fix that. The New York Knicks signing Evan Fournier to a deal that will pay him close to $20 million a year. I'm gonna give that a B minus.
I give it a C.
It kind of feels like a Knick move because it does feel a bit risky and a little bit of an overpay, especially for a three-point specialist. But for a player like Julius Randle, who was at least an MVP candidate in the regular season, and he did provide a significant amount of gravity as far as the scoring and the presence he was in the paint, it doesn't hurt to have more shooters. So Evan Fournier, that is a pretty good signing. It's just that much for him is I don't know, but it's a good sign.
C
Jared
plus.
Allen staying with the Cleveland Cavaliers for $100 million. Bro, some people on Twitter, y'all completely overreacted. Like, yes, he's getting paid $100 million, but y'all know it's over 5 years. That's $20 million annually. That's not a bad deal for a top 6, top 7 big in the NBA or center in the NBA. It's not. Now you pair Jared Allen, who is a work in progress, at least offensively, but he is a great rim protector. You pair him with Evan Mobley, who they're saying is the best big prospect, at least defensively, since Anthony Davis. You pair those two together in a conference where you have to play the Bucks with Giannis in that front court. You at least have the best defensive front court in the NBA. So how is that an L? I'll give this move a solid B. It's not like Cleveland, they have a crazy payroll where they're paying a bunch of players all this money anyway. So paying Jared Allen $20 million a year, that's not that bad. Jimmy Butler.
The way he explained it, all right, I'll bump it up to a C plus. Like it's not a C, C plus maybe. I ain't giving it no B minus though. No, I'll give. Nah, I'll give it a solid C plus. Like he kind of swayed me a little bit with, I guess, their draft pick. You know, they got a good. I don't know who the fuck they drafted. So okay, they got a really good defensive front. I mean C plus, I guess. I don't know. That's a lot of fucking money. He's a good big though. Defensively,
$184 million extension.
That's
a little tough. But I'm gonna give that a solid
B minus B.
I love every single thing about Jimmy Butler's game, and I feel like last year's
fuck with
playoffs,
Jimmy buckets.
It wasn't a good representation of his game. Like I love this man's grit, his defense, his willingness to take on any challenge, his hardcore throwback style. Offensively, he playmakes, he can score. He's not selfish. Like I love Jimmy Butler's game. But paying a player $50 million at 36 years old, especially a player that relies heavily on his physicality, it just sounds a little bit crazy, but I get it. Jimmy Butler as the whole package, he's the perfect player to build around. Like I said, he's not selfish. He has all those little intangibles, and he does every single thing besides shooting threes at least an above average clip. So I get it. It's just a little bit risky. Derrick Rose staying on the Knicks. I'm a little too high on this, bro.
I give it a B.
Move. Like you're only paying him $14 million.
Okay, look, I will admit I'm biased on D Rose. I fuck with D Rose. When the fuck is the Lakers shit? Like day one, Lakers did a dummy shit. I mean, I guess they're not big names like that. Okay, I'm gonna give it a B to not be too biased, but
And last year, he was the difference maker for your team.
Yeah.
Also, and I know he's an older version of it, but having a sixth man like that, that's only 32 years old, that was pretty much the spark plug to your team, specifically in the playoffs when Julius Randle laid an egg. How does that hurt? Like, that
laid an egg, he did.
To the next level, that only makes things better. Norman Powell staying in Portland for about 5 years, $90 million, for about $18 million annually. I'm gonna give that a solid B-, only because I didn't understand it to some extent. You traded away Gary Trent Jr. because I guess supposedly you didn't want to pay him a lot of money, but you basically just paid Norman Powell, who's older, and I know he's better, but you pay him the same amount for more years. Now you have a big core or a big three all under 6'4". That's terrible defensively. Also, by making this move, and I don't know where they stand with Damian Lillard, if they're trying to keep him happy, if they're shopping him, I don't know. But if they're trying to keep him happy, you have to shop CJ McCollum. And I like CJ McCollum, but you can't have a team that has $92 million tied into CJ McCollum, Damian Lillard, and Norman Powell, and expect to keep Damian Lillard happy long term. Like, that's nowhere near a contending team in the West, and that's too much money for those three players. So you got to get rid of CJ McCollum now. And lastly, for the Lakers, I feel like they had a pretty great night. Like, they did way better than even I expected. They got back Dwight Howard, somebody that I always felt like was a major loss last year. I like Marc Gasol, and I know he won Defensive Player of the Year 25 years ago. But Dwight Howard right now, at least defensively. He was that rim protector, that athletic
we needed that rim.
And to me, kind of like that instant offense in the pick and roll with Rondo and LeBron James. He gives
Cook made that shit, and then he just
with Rondo and LeBron James. He gives you that back. Also, 100%. They did bring back Trevor Ariza, who, you know, he's kind of like a roster filler. He's nowhere near that 3-and-D threat that he once was. But in this easy role that he will have, where all he's asked to do is stretch the floor and play a little bit of damn defense, it should be a decent sign.
A little bit, yeah.
You got Wayne Ellington Jr., who did shoot 42% from
I think that's cool.
So if he can shoot that or anywhere near that, that's going to help the Lakers, obviously. Also, they got Kent Bazemore.
I don't know.
I know some people kind of laugh and scoff at that signing, but Kent Bazemore, he takes a lot of pride defensively. He was always a good defensive player, and he just played beside Draymond Green, one of the best in the NBA, so he's improved in that, and he shot 40% from deep last year. So
on like 2.7 attempts.
I don't see how that's a laughable signing at all. Like, that's exactly what the Lakers needed.
I don't think it's laughable. It's just like, I mean, it's a 1 year, probably minimum. Like, it ain't horrible, but, you know, maybe you could use that roster spot for something else. I'm thinking maybe one of these motherfuckers gets traded in a trade package, sign and trade with Dennis Schroeder. Like, I don't know. Maybe Ariza. Shop him real quick. Shit, that fool been passed around more than the blunt, bro. Like, I wouldn't really put it past it, to be honest. Like, if we're being honest. He might get passed one more time. Shit, he might get passed after, too. Like, I don't know, man.
I know I missed a lot of signings.
That was Mr.
Way
Worldwide.
Too much to cover, way too many signings to happen, and it's probably going to be more as I drop this video.
Yeah, they got Alex. I was like, fuck. Signed Duncan, stole. Yeah, they got Pete. That's really good. They're a good as defensive team.
Winners for me were the Miami Heat, getting PJ Tucker from the Milwaukee Bucks, getting Kyle Lowry from the Raptors, and keeping Jimmy Butler, and retaining Duncan Robinson. The Lakers making those imperative moves, not the most sexy moves, but they were much needed. And to me, the Chicago Bulls getting Lonzo Ball, pairing him now with Nikola Vucevic and Zach LaVine, and they still have some assets, I believe, with like Laurie Marketing.
I agree with this. I think that he did have a bigger. Because, you know, we just got, like, the pieces that we needed. They got some big shit. PJ's big. Defensively, he's, you know, motherfucker still scored, you know, 20-something on your ass. But it's going to be some 25 hard points. You know, he's gritty defensively. They kept Oladipo, too. I mean, he's injured. If he comes back, it's a 1 year min. If Oladipo comes, that's scary. If he comes back to you know, a fragment of what he was. Duncan, that's big shooter, and Lowry are obviously. And
they basically made themselves a win now type of team. So I feel like those three teams, they won day one. If you guys like this video,
I agree with that. This was a good video. Yeah, I agree with it. Yeah, I agree.